Anyway, I'm going to end on the last one. I've done it here before, and I'll explain it for the people who weren't here before. I used to work as a school teacher, and I said it before about one of the teachers said to me, how do I pronounce your name? I shouldn't do it in that voice actually. How do you pronounce your name? It's Emeka. Well, where's that from? That's a weird name. Well, it's not weird, it's Nigerian, and in Nigeria it's as common as George, even though George is common, like it's British as well. So I was like, that's a bit of a weird question. It's called colonization. Your country came to my country and took over it, brought people back to help this country, and then we're here, and you're asking me why I'm here. So I didn't know any of that. It made me so angry. And I used to bring my food in, and the teachers would talk about open-mindedness. We've got to accept everybody for differences. So I brought my food in, and they're like, what's that? Oh, it stinks. So I thought, you know what, F you lot. I started eating in the kitchen, and I wrote this poem called Culture Clash. I eat chicken on a bone with my fingers. Staff look at me and their stare lingers because I'm not using a fork or eating pie of pork or ham and cheese. Oh, please stop. Before I make a police stop and arrest you mid-stare, because personally, I don't care what you think. But tell me again my food stinks and I'll be all up in your grill like toast and make you feel most unwelcome. But I really want to educate and help them. Because our backgrounds are different. I eat different food, for instance, but that doesn't give you the right to tell me it's disgusting. Carry on, and I'll be thrusting it down your throat, and you'll see it's nice. By the way, it's jollof rice, a staple West African dish. And yes, it can contain fish, but it's cooked to taste. I guarantee none goes to waste. But I'm going off course here. There is a lesson of course here, and that is, don't knock it till you've tried it. Because if you don't want to, keep quiet before you speak nonsense. Because if cultural knowledge was money, you'd have 1 pence. When you go to live in holidays in countries like Spain, the locals think you're a pain. Every night you order steak and chips and then get pissed and shake those hips with fellow Brits. Dancing to Shakin' Stevens, speak fast for no reason. Trying to tell the waiter all your anguish, and he can't understand half of it. And there lies your anguish, well, part of it. Because you want to live British abroad. Get dead fat, call yourselves expats, but when foreigners do it here, they're called immigrants and abhorred for your ranks. Well, in fact, you should give thanks, because without them, the UK would look socked. And if you don't believe me, you can go and get hooked on the World Wide Web and read instead of listening to tarnished views from the BBC News that lean awkwardly to the right, and you watch cautiously through the night, getting hypnotised by biased mantra with so many additives. It may as well be Fanta. But there's nothing sweet about it. With bitterness, you tweet about it for hundreds to read, and hundreds agree with you because not much is going on in their lives, having marital problems with their husbands and their wives, getting laid off at work. They need to go berserk. But nobody ever blames the English boss who hired them. Cheap labour. I wonder what inspired him. What a joke. So foreigners, please take a note that you will be blamed for most things while the same people are boasting about their Japanese sports car, sipping German beer in a sports bar, posting pictures of the Indian curry they're about to eat. You see, it's all deceit and lies. There's such tenuous ties that separate us, just to desecrate us and keep us from being one. So power to the people, there's none. We are categorized and separated, so togetherness is decimated into colour, race, creed and class, which evolves into one big culture clash. That's it.